And again, the pink, it's all about heart energy. Heart, 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 heart. Open your heart, stay in your heart, be in your heart as much as you can. You know, there's been some really kind of tricky, challenging energies around at the moment. You might have noticed. With that letting go, you know, all those planets in retrograde and stuff, and a lot of letting go. Like, that's part of that has been, I think, for a lot of people, about letting go of, how do I explain it? Like, ways of, I want to say ways of being in the world, and it's more about that sort of the roles that you put on yourself in relationship to others. Okay, does that make sense? Like, I've always responded in this way to this person, so that's, you know, that's the dynamic that's set in stone, so to speak. But then when you decide, if you decide to change, and when you decide to change your response or your reaction to things, sometimes other people aren't that, you know, they're not that jiggy with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're used to you being reactive, or they're used to you being passive, or they're used to you being whatever it is, and you've changed roles because you've changed thinking. You've moved into your heart more, and you're seeing more from that eagle's perch. You're seeing from a different perspective, especially after this full moon eclipse we've just had, which has opened up a whole new, I was going to say can of worms, but it's a good can of worms. Be like a can of worms if you're a really hungry bird. It's quite a ridiculous thing to say, but you know what I mean. It's opened up, you know, a beautiful box, and they're laughing because here's a beautiful box that's been opened, you know. Yeah, so, you know, by changing and opening your heart and allowing more love in, then you respond to the world in a different way. But here's these people that are used, or situations or jobs or whatever it is, but in this case, people that are used to you responding in a different way. And it's like they can't fit their key into your lock anymore, so to speak. They can't push your buttons anymore, or they can't get a rise from you anymore, or they can't step all over you anymore, or use you as a doormat, or, you know, whatever that dynamic was. And so there can be some frustration and some pushback around that. What they're saying to us here is stay as present as you can with those situations, okay? Stay as present as you can. Sorry, the focus is freaking out a bit. Because if you stay as present as you can, and stay in gratitude and stay in good humour, they're saying that's really important, then there's a more free flow of energy that can be exchanged, okay? It's not trying to shove an old key into a broken lock. It's more about getting out the WD-40 or, you know, whatever it is to make things glide a bit more easily. What a strange bunch of metaphors. I feel like there was a whole bunch of mixed metaphors there, but I think you understand what we're trying to say. Don't expect conflict when you change your response to certain behaviours, because the setting up of the expectation of conflict is not embracing the in-between, it's expecting conflict, okay? So all you have to do is step forward with your shiny pink heart, and things that aren't meant to be in your purview will move out of the way. And things that are still meant to be in your purview will find a way, will recalibrate themselves so they can flow with you, okay? It's like when a river or a creek kind of comes up against something like a big rock or something that it can't continue down the same path. It goes around it, doesn't it? And keeps on flowing. And eventually the water is stronger than the stone and will, you know, wear it down. So this is love. Love is the flow, yeah? And gratitude and peace and contentment and sitting at the higher perspective.